Namaste, welcome to a new practice of Yoga with Claire, Lueur Yoga. A new beautiful day in Sarah's garden on the roof. Today will be the balancing flow. In one of my previous videos we've been practicing some balancing and patience drills. So today let's use all these skills and put them into work for this balancing flow. We'll be starting sitting on the mat comfortably. You can sit either on a little cushion or just on the mat. Find any position that feels nice and comfortable for you. Bringing the hands to your knees, closing your eyes, keeping the spine long and beautiful, connecting you from the ground to the sky. Try to visualize the center line of your body going from the tip of your head through the whole central line of your body, the spine, all along your chest and down to your Muladhara chakra, root chakra or perineum. Let's take a few deep breaths here, bringing some awareness, mindfulness and grounding into our mats. Not trying to force the breath, just trying to expand it. Each inhale comes a little slower than the previous one, and each exhale a little longer than the previous one. When you inhale, you can first feel your abdomen getting full with air, then expanding it to your diaphragm, lungs, and all the way to your collarbones. Feel your rib cage expanding on the inhale and getting back to softness on the exhale. Keep breathing here at your own pace, inviting a little bit more space and air, just like the wind coming to this practice now. Feel the fluctuations of the mind, your vrittis in Sanskrit. Maybe getting a little bit more slow and peaceful. Not getting attached to your thoughts. Just anything that comes to your mind, let it go. Thoughts always come and go, so just don't get attached to them. Let's take another couple of breaths here. And when you feel ready, you can bring your fingertips, to the mat, next to your hips, like little, cups onto the mat. Just your fingertips. Maybe keep your eyes closed for now, or if you feel more comfortable, you can open them. Straightening the spine, we'll be inhaling up, bringing the arms slowly up, making 2 semicircles very slowly up and keeping your spine long, raising your head up, pointing your nose to the sky and exhaling slowly back down, pointing your nose back down, chin to chest, feeling the space in the upper back, traps and arms. Then once again, very slowly, mindfully, really straighten your arms, inhaling up, all the way up. Really long arms, long spine, look up to your fingers. And exhale back down, as if your fingers are trying to brush the air back down. One more time, very slowly. Inhale up, straighten the spine, look up. And exhale in a flow, very slowly back down, really trying to keep your fingers as far from the spine as possible. Okay, we can here round the spine, maybe bringing our hands back to our knees, and inhaling up, arching the back, bringing the chest slightly forward, front, and exhaling once again back down, and inhaling up really slowly, really feel your spine here. And let's now come forward into a forward bend, walking your fingertips to the ground, trying to bring your belly as low as possible. You're not trying to reach the ground with your forehead. I will change my orientation for you to sit properly, but really trying to bring first your belly down, keeping the spine long. Okay, and from here let's walk to the right, your fingers opening the left side, and then walk your right finger slightly front, maybe cover your left hand. That will allow you to stretch the right side as well a little bit. Deep breath here. Then walk to the left side, walk. And whenever you cannot reach anymore, walk your left hand slightly to the right, and also extend the left side. Breathe here, then walk back to center. Okay, really nice. From here, let's bring our feet onto the mat, and we will shift our weight directly to our toes to come to a squat on our toes. So you can use your hands to press on the mat, and let's come to this squat on your toes. You can keep your hands, it doesn't matter where your heels are, you just have to bring your glutes to your heels, sit on the heels. You can keep your hands next to your feet on the ground, or maybe try to bring them, nice crack on my feet. You can help your toes getting a little flatter by pressing on them if it helps you stay more balanced. And then maybe bring the hands in prayer mudra close to the heart center, looking front, fixing front, and really trying to keep your spine really long, your back straight, and really having your chest close, if possible, to your knees. Maybe hug the knees here, and then bring your weight back to the mat. Okay, let's stretch the legs. It can be a little bit intense for the knees. You can shake them a little bit. And from here, a few movements, pointing and flexing, and maybe some circle for the ankles, maybe keeping your hands next to your hips and the spine long and straight. Okay, really nice. Now let's find our way to standing, whichever form that takes. I personally like to bring my heels next to my glutes, and without using my hands, finding my way slowly to standing and rolling the spine slowly, and then one roll of the shoulders back. Let's bring our feet together in Tadasana. Okay, let's take a deep breath here. Let's adjust our posture here, taking the tailbone slightly in, keeping your whole body fixing front, relax, shoulders relax, chin parallel to the ground, fixing one point. Let's inhale up, all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale, bend down into Uttanasana. You can keep your knees slightly bent here. If you need, bringing once again the rib cage to your thighs. Let's inhale halfway up, Ardha. You can bring your hands to your shin bones and keep your back 90 degrees, looking front. Exhaling, hands on the mat. Let's walk or jump, if you have energy, to the back of the mat directly into Chaturanga. Okay. Inhaling up, opening the chest into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Looking front, don't bring the head too much backwards. It's a little bit too intense for your cervicals. Really pressing firmly on the hands, pressing firmly on the feet on the ground, lifting the thighs, and exhaling back, hips backwards, high up, really pressing on the whole surface of your hands. Even the tips of your fingers should be white because you're pressing with the whole surface, not only the heel of your palm. This will also avoid some wrist pain and maybe injuries. Okay, keeping your arms really strong, sending the shifting the body weight towards your heels. Let's keep breathing here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then let's look front and walk or jump delicately into half forward fold, Ardha. Exhale, bend all the way down, and from here we'll go directly into Utkatasana. So inhaling, bring the hips down, long spine, tuck the tailbone in, look front and slightly up, and open the shoulders. Ooh, ants is biting me. Really nice. Let's stay here for another 4, 3, 2, keep your knees aligned with your ankles, 1, and then exhale, swing your arms back, and you can bring your chest slightly closer to your thighs. Let's stay here, trying to keep the arms really high backwards. Let's still gaze at one fixed point for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale all the way up. Urdhva Stasana, hips slightly front, and exhale into Tadasana. Okay, really nice. From here, let's bring our feet slightly wide apart. Maybe I will turn to this side and have a little bit of more sun. Okay. Hands on the hips, and from here we will be bringing our right knee up, really strong foot on the ground, pressing with the whole 4 corners of the feet. So that means the balls of your feet at the front and the 2 sides of your heel. Okay, and from now bend your right knee, and bring the right ankle over the left, so slightly, over the left knee. Then bringing your hands in Namaskar Mudra. Let's bring the hips down. This is Ardha Utkatasana, also called the figure 4 posture, seated figure 4. Okay, you can try to bend the hips as low as you can, and maybe try, keeping your balance of course, try to reach your forearms onto your shin. Okay, keep fixing a fixed point, bending the knee down. This is really good for obviously the strength of your whole leg, but also some hip opening onto the right side. Let's stay here for another 3, 2, 1. Keep breathing and inhale up, all the way up, knee up, and exhale back on the mat. Okay, you can shake the left leg if you wish, and we'll do it onto the other side. Bringing your your hands still in Namaste mudra. Inhaling, left knee up, and exhaling, bring your ankle over the right knee. You can adjust yourself if needed, really trying to keep the knee on the side. And let's inhale here and exhale down, hips down. Try to fix still at one point, front, not down, otherwise you tend to go down. You see, I just lost my balance. Okay, let's keep breathing here, bending our knees, and maybe bring your forearms on the ground. If you really struggle with balance here, please, have a wall in front of you or hold a chair, anything that can help you find the balance, keep it the balance. Opening the knee, coming down for 3, 2, 1, and inhale all the way up, and exhale in Tadasana. Okay, once again, maybe shake the legs. Okay, really nice. Let's take a deep breath in Tadasana. Maybe close your eyes. Stay here firmly grounded, tucking the tail slightly in, navel in. Long central line of the body. Please visualize this long line connecting you from the sky to the ground and the ground to the sky. Let's breathe for another breath here. Okay. Oh, you can even exhale with the mouth. And from here, we'll be bringing once again our hands to Namaskar Mudra, to the center of the heart. And inhaling, left knee up. And let's bring it to the side and bring our foot in Vrikshasana, tree pose. Once again, engaging the glute, engaging your core, keeping the spine long and the shoulders relaxed. Really pressing your foot onto the thigh and finding this nice elevation in the pose. This is really a pose that I think is not only good for focus, but also gives me a lot of joy and clarity when I manage to hold it for a longer time. Maybe invite a smile on your face as well, even if you're struggling. Take it as maybe as a game, as a playful time. Yoga isn't, about taking yourself too seriously. And then maybe open your hands, whether it is high way up in the sky. You can even come into Padma Mudra. This is the Lotus Mudra, directing the prana directly from the sky into your heart and helping with focus and inner love. I like this mudra, especially in tree pose. Keep fixing a point. We'll stay here for another 5, 4. Keep breathing. It's okay if you fall. Just come back to it. 3, 2, 1, and exhale all the way down. Okay, really nice. You can once again shake the leg or the legs. And let's do it onto the other side. Exhaling, hands to Namaskar Mudra, shifting the weight onto your left leg, and exhaling, knee up, opening it to the side, and now bringing your foot to your inner thigh. Keep breathing here. Really, once again, engage the whole leg on the ground, the glutes, the navel, chest open, spine long. Really try to bring the top of your head slightly up, as if someone was pulling you by the hair. And from here, find some steadiness. Don't react too hastily, too fast. If you feel that you're losing the balance, just try to invite micro movements to adjust yourself so that you will not lose the balance anymore. I used to react a little bit too strongly whenever I would lose my balance, whether it is, emotional or physical balance, and I would fall every time. So slowing down the movements and your reactions will be very good to finding this balance. Okay, and once again you can play with your hands. You can even keep them in a flow, and we'll breathe for 5, 4, 3, maybe smile again, 2, 1, and let's exhale, knee up and back down. Okay, really nice. You can shake the legs a little, come back to the front of the mat in Tadasana, and let's inhale up, all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, hips front, and exhale, bend forward, Uttanasana, inhaling Ardha, halfway up, exhaling, walk or jump to the back of the mat into Chaturanga, and then let's exhale all the way down on the mat. Ooh, many ants today. You can bring both of your forearms parallel to the front of the mat, and then hands together. You can simply bring your feet hip wide apart and your forehead resting on the back of the hand in Makarasana, crocodile pose. Let's take a couple of breaths here, slowing down the pace of our breath, of our heart, relaxing the body for a little while. Elbows under your shoulders, spread your fingers and send some energy and come to this Sphinx pose, looking front, opening the chest. Let's breathe here, one more full breath. Really try to open the chest, look front, open your neck, and exhale back down on the ground. Now arms along the spine, along the body. From here we will use the engagement of the whole back of our legs, and inhaling, bringing our feet up, and you can keep the chest slightly open. Locust pose, bringing the heels slightly more up, really long, engage the legs, engage the chest up. Keep breathing and exhale back on the mat. Okay, and from here, palms pressing front, tuck your toes and bring yourself directly from tabletop to Balasana, child's pose at the back of the mat. I like to use for now, since my knees are a little bit sensitive, the legs a little bit sensitive, just to sit on a little cushion between the heels and the glutes. Okay, and completely rest on the mat, forehead on the mat. Relax yourselves. Breathe here. We'll stay here for another 3 breaths. Breathe deeply, maybe walk the fingertips slightly more front if you feel that gravity allows you to have a little bit more space. And rest here. Okay, inhale back up into tabletop position. Really nice. Okay, now bring your hands slightly forward, tuck the toes, sorry. Take the toes and come directly into plank pose. We'll stay here for one full inhale, really engage your core. So bring your shoulders, elbows and wrists aligned, looking front. Really try to engage the core, so pressing your ribs really strongly into your spine. You can see the difference, and yeah, shifting the weight equally between back and forward. And now let's inhale, bring both of our heels into the right side, and let's open the left hand up. If you're really struggling here, you can either keep both of the feet aligned on the ground like this, or you can even bring the right knee on the line of the wrist and on the heel on the ground, and really press and really try to bring your ribs up and open the chest. Or if you find that this is an easy pose, you can also balance both of your feet on top of each other, really trying to keep your arms in one long line. Let's stay strong here, and maybe raise one leg and then exhale back onto plank, knees down, and exhale, child's pose. Just one breath here. This is another version of balancing pose. And then looking front, let's come back from tabletop directly into plank. And from now, exhaling both of your heels onto the left side, and let's open the other side to the side plank. Find the version that is good for you, whether it is this full side plank or bringing maybe one knee, really keeping the chest open, looking to your right fingertips, or maybe keeping both legs aligned and on top of each other. Really try to keep your the surface of your left foot here in touch with the mat. That will give you more grounding. Looking up, and exhale back into plank. Inhale here, and exhale into Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows 90 degrees close to the chest, looking front, inhaling up, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, opening the chest, strong legs, and exhale back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay. And from here, exhaling, knees back on the mat. Then bring your hips on the ground, and let's come to sit on the mat. Here, let's take one long and deep inhale. And on the exhale, we'll extend the arms, palms looking up. And inhale, lift both of your legs. You can, into Navasana, you can either keep them fully extended or maybe bring the knees slightly closer to the chest and legs slightly bent, really keeping this spine long and straight, sitting on your sitting bones. And exhale back down on the mat, feet on the mat. And from now, let's simply very slowly, once again inviting patience, slowness and steadiness, just lay down on the mat, vertebra by vertebra, really as slowly as you can. I invite you to play this little game of slowness, as slowly as you can, looking front, keeping the spine long. Just come onto the mat. Okay. And you can extend both of your legs. Take a deep breath here. And then whenever you're ready, just open your arms on the ground. Maybe adjust yourself slightly. Legs mat wide apart. Palms facing up. Come into your Shavasana. Final posture. After a long standing practice, a long balancing practice, maybe observe how your mind feels. And then release everything. No control over the breath, no control over the mind, no control over the body. Just release every muscle from your feet to the top of the head, including the face and the hips and the belly. Just let yourself be on the mat. Take some longer inhales and exhales, inviting a little bit more breath and oxygen into your body right now. Then maybe wiggle the toes, the fingertips, maybe head from side to side, and extending the arms back, stretch like a little cat stretching after a long nap, stretching the whole body and coming back to your senses, bringing the knees closer to the chest, then come to one side of your body, and whenever you're ready, find your way to sitting on the mat with as little agitation as possible. Come to sitting still with eyes closed, comfortably on the mat. Palms on the knees, long, balanced spine. Let's take a deep breath here. And take a moment to observe how you feel internally, externally. Any difference with how you felt when you came on the mat? How is the flow of energy inside? How is your grounding? Emotions. And if you wish to close this practice with an Om with me, let's bring our hands in Namaste Mudra to the heart center. Let's take a deep inhale first, inhaling up. And maybe bring your thumbs to your forehead and bow down with joy as a sign of gratitude and humility for this practice. Namaste. Thank you very much for this practice. Have a lovely and joyful day.